Welcome to Make It Monday with me, your host, Shundara. Hey, all you savvy naturalistas, so welcome to another episode of Make It Monday. But hold up, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you can join our awesome family. I would love to have you a part of your family. If you would like to get to know me, your host, Shundara, better, make sure you're subscribed to my blog channel. And if you would like to create slime and other projects with me, make sure you subscribe to Shundara Creates. And in this episode of Make It Monday, we're making lemon sugar scrub, lemon poppy seed sugar scrub cubes. So I'm really excited to make this recipe. A lot of you like my sugar scrubs, and so I decided, well, how about turning them into cubes? So in this episode of Make It Monday, we're going to turn the 50 lemon poppy seed sugar scrubs that I have on this channel into sugar scrub cubes. So I really hope you enjoyed this episode of Make It Monday. Make sure you check out savvynaturalista.com for all your skincare needs. And let's get into this episode of Make It Monday, and let's go. So we're gonna start off with 2 cups of sugar. That's all you need is 2 cups of sugar. So these are going to be really exfoliant, so I'm going to just use 2 cups of sugar for the exfoliant. So to that, you want to make sure your clumps are out first. I had like a big clump of sugar, so I'm just going to set that to the side. So now we're going to use 2 tablespoons of poppy seeds. So this, we're going to transition to doing a little more natural recipes. So 2 tablespoons of poppy seeds. And we're going to do a lot of postpartum recipes real soon. So you just want to use 2 tablespoons of poppy seeds. And you just want to mix this together until it's combined. But before we mix it together, you want to add a tablespoon of kaolin clay. So that's 1 tablespoon of kaolin clay. Now to that tablespoon of kaolin clay, you guys, you want to add like a yellow colorant. Now you can use food coloring, you can use mica. This is not a mica, this is more of a just a regular yellow coloring. It's like a yellow. Micas are more shimmery, but I wanted it to be like a cute yellow. So we're just gonna use about a small 1/4 teaspoon, but you guys know how I do. I just like to, you know, just dump it. So you just wanna mix this together until it's combined and make sure the yellow, it's really inside of it, because it wouldn't be lemon poppy seed without the yellow. Now, once you've mixed this all up together, now we're going to start by adding our liquids. So the first liquid we are going to add is 2 tablespoons. We're going to add a tablespoon of shea butter, and this is just for moisture. Now, this shea butter, you guys know, a lot of you ask me, because I do live in a desert, so a lot of you ask me, well, Shundara, how come your shea butter is so soft and your soap doesn't get hard when it's like just sitting there for a very long time, or you know, a long time while you're doing the recipe? It's because I live in the desert and it's hot here, y'all. Most of y'all live on the East Coast, so see, my shea butter doesn't melt. Like once I melt it in the microwave, a day or 2, it doesn't get solid. So this shea butter is like a day or 2 old and it didn't get solid. So I'm just going to add a tablespoon of shea butter. Now if you have solid shea butter, I suggest you not do that. So to that solid shea butter, we're going to add 3/4 cup of melt and pour soap. This is an easy coconut based melt and pour soap. So we're just going to add 3/4 cup of it. And this is actually 3/4 cup. I measured it out. And see, it's not too solid. I have some at the bottom. Just want to let you guys know. There's some at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is get it out. See? And it's still pretty melted, so I mean softened, so I could just work it in with my hands, it'll be fine. Now to that, we're going to add Miracle Glow oil, which you can find at savvynaturalista.com. Miracle Glow oil contains all natural 24 karat gold. It is perfect for your hair, your skin, and your nails. So make sure you please pick up Miracle Glow oil at savvynaturalista.com. So we're just going to add it around the edges of the sugar scrub like so. Just so we don't heat it up too much, because you actually want the gold to settle in as well as the moisture of it. See how it's melting? So it's still pretty hot because it's melting the shea butter. So that's essentially why I didn't warm up the shea butter as well, because it was melting and it was a tablespoon. So now we're going to add lemon essential oil, because these are lemon sugar scrub cubes. So we're going to add lemon essential oil. Now, if you are very afraid of this like going solid on you, then work a little faster than I am if you're really paranoid about it going solid on you. So we're just going to use 30 to 40 drops of lemon essential oil. However, you can use a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon of lemon essential oil. Just make sure that you measure it out correctly, you guys. And if you need a little more scent, then go for a quarter teaspoon and work your way up. Lemon essential oils are really potent, so just be careful. So we're just going to do a teaspoon of lemon essential oil, or 30 to 40 drops. Now we're going to do a tablespoon of glycerin. This is the new glycerin I'm using. I found it on Amazon, and many of you know it got messed up because of my we're going to do 2 tablespoons of glycerin. It got messed up because of my turmeric bath bombs, but glycerin is a wonderful humectant. And for all those who are new to skincare, making skincare DIYs, I truly recommend you get you some glycerin. So now let's mix this all together until it's combined. So we're just going to mix it up until it's combined. Now this mixture is pretty warm, but it should be fine. So once your mixture is fully combined, it'll look like this, and we'll do a close-up. So this is what it'll look like with a close-up, as you can see. So now you just want to add it to a silicone mold, and you want to press down, and you want to let it dry over 2 or 3 days. So I would say about you can use any silicone mold you like. I just like using the square one, and I'm going to leave a link down below where I got this. I really got this off of Amazon, you guys. So I'm just going to leave a link down below. I hope you guys can see. I'm sorry if you can't. And these harden. Oh, did I get more mica in there? Oh, good grief. I got more mica in the bowl. So over, I would say about a day, probably like overnight, these will dry out completely, and they will be beautiful to look at. So you just want to press them down in the molds, let them dry out overnight, and then you'll be done. So I'm going to finish this up, and then we're going to see the finished product once they dry. So see you guys in a bit. Bye. Okay, so we're back, and now our sugar scrub, lemon poppy seed sugar scrub cubes are officially done. I just want to give you guys a few tips before we unmold them. Number one, if you live in a colder climate, please work a little faster than I did, because these will kind of set on you really quick. So make sure you work faster than I did. Also, I know I said let them dry overnight. Well, if you're in the desert, I suggest you let them dry overnight, or if you're in a warmer climate here on the West Coast, make sure you let them dry overnight, or in the South, make sure you dry overnight. Climate change really does affect the chemistry of most skincare items. I mean, most of us all know that these can go from sticky, depending on if your climate is humid. They may stay dry depending on your climate if it's not humid. The recipe will work, but depending on your climate, it's a whole different scenario. So that's my other tip. And my final tip I would like to leave you with is, if you decide to use all natural colorants, just remember over time, all natural colorants tend to fade over time. So I just suggest you use micas or regular pigments, dyes for these. You can even use food coloring if you decide to do so. Also, make sure you pick up Miracle Glow Oil at savvynaturalista.com, and check out savvynaturalista.com for all your skincare needs. So now for the final review. Oh, and I want to say these took about a few hours. They didn't take that long. I came over here and I started touching them. I'm like, oh my God, these little babies are dry. So these are officially dry. So let's unmold them. And this is what they look like. So they're really easy to use. Sugar scrub cubes are wonderful, and they just slide right back in if you decide to. I just decided to. This is what they look like. Aren't they beautiful? So I really want to thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Make It Monday. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you thumbs up this video. Make sure you check out SavvyNaturalista.com for all your skincare needs. Thanks so much for watching, you guys, and I'll see you in our next episode of Make It Monday. Bye, you guys.